Pickwick Landing, and we're actually staying at not the state park.
No.
What's this called? The what dam?
This is officially called the Pickwick Dam Tailwater Campground, otherwise known as the Dam Campground.
So Mark's got all of his dam jokes ready to go.
Yes.
So just be ready for those.
We're on the dam road, heading towards the dam highway.
So yeah, this may be a PG-13 video. But we're doing something we don't do a lot when we camp. We really don't even do it a lot at home, and that is going out to dinner. We're not really go out to dinner kind of folks all the time. So usually on a Friday night, which today is a Friday, we get an $8 pizza from Papa Murphy's.
X, Y, and L.
X, Y, and L, and that is our Friday night fun. So
it's actually XL, NY.
Sorry. XL, NY? NYXL.
Newark extra large, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. So we don't know where we're going. That's our next decision.
But we have some friends from the Savannah area, so we certainly have a couple of recommendations from this area, maybe within a 10-mile radius. So I don't know where we're going, but we got to get there quick because I'm starving.
Yeah, he's been pretty hungry for a while. So we found dinner. Now we're stuffed. I had a steak and a baked potato and salad bar. What did you have?
You were looking for steak, and we found steak.
We found steak.
I had similar. I had sirloin tips, really good. It was a place called
Mollie Mondays.
Mollie Mondays.
A local restaurant. So we're in downtown Savannah, Tennessee right now, and Mark and I were just having a conversation about small towns and being from the South, and how much I love being from the South. I love small towns in the South, particularly Tennessee, because that's where we hang out the most. But it's just there's just something about the small town atmosphere, you know.
Yeah, this we've been here before, but Savannah looks really neat. It's got an active, vibrant downtown area, lots of restaurants and shops, and we visited a boutique last time we were here, and lots of local restaurants, which is really neat about downtown, because if we were home, we would probably, like we mentioned, probably not have gone out to eat. And but it's a neat area. Steph said she could see why maybe Savannah produced a lot of people we know, a lot of good people, because it's country, but I think every small town's fairly country. So
yeah, it's interesting because where we live in Clarksville, we have lots of friends that are from Savannah, and
lots.
I mean they're not all connected. I mean, some are connected in that, like our pastor and one of our administrative pastor at our church and our lead pastor at our church are both from here, and obviously they're connected. But then you have a friend at the gym,
yes,
and so it's just interesting how for some reason folks from Savannah migrate toward Clarksville, and they're really great people.
Yeah. Yes, it seems like a good area to obviously raise a family, and obviously there's a lot of big industry here with the TVA dam and the paper mill. I can't remember I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's funny because my friend, when she grew up here, her dad worked at the paper mill, and it has a distinct odor at times, I think. And
oh, it definitely does.
She said her dad always told her that that's the smell of money.
Sunday morning stroll. Mark participates in a fitness center at home called Prom Fitness 24/7, or is it just Prom Fitness?
It used to be. I think it's now just Prom Fitness Clarksville.
So they do every year a bingo challenge, and today he's got to do a 2-mile walk and pick up some trash. So there's your trash. Grab it. I got you.
So the cool thing about the bingo thing, it's literally a bingo square where there's 25 blocks, and if you get a bingo, not a bingo, but a blackout, I think it's called, you get entered into a drawing for something. Can't remember.
Yeah. So when
it's not even about the prize.
No, he is incredibly competitive. So when it first started, the very first year, it was the first person to fill every square. Oh, sorry, dogs are getting tangled. And then turn in the bingo card, right?
Yeah,
you
on the final day.
You had to be the first person to turn it in, and you got a free month.
I think so, yeah.
Of the gym membership. So my incredibly competitive husband, rather than waiting until the 6 a.m. opening, or 5, they open at 5 a.m. opening, he went to the home of the owner at 12:01.
Yes.
And turned his card in.
Hey,
so
to clarify, I asked the owner if she was open to all things, and she said yes. So that to me said all things.
We got our 2-mile walk finished, and we came in and actually logged in and watched our hometown church service, which we like to do when we're out and about. And actually we've talked about several times trying to visit churches when we're camping, because our faith's really important to us, and we miss church on Sundays quite a bit when we're camping.
Yeah.
And we're actually in, I think we mentioned earlier, but our pastor and our administrative pastor from our home church in Clarksville, Tennessee, are both from this area. So we could have visited their church.
Yeah, Hopewell Baptist Church, maybe 10 miles up the road, near almost in Savannah.
We decided this would be a really good day to do a driving tour of the Shiloh National Military Park.
Yes. Yeah.
Which we've never done before.
No.
So we downloaded an app, and we'll let you know kind of how that goes. It's supposed to be a 12-mile driving tour in the air conditioning, so that sounded like a fun afternoon.
We are standing at Pittsburgh Landing on the Tennessee River. The Tennessee River vital in the operations for Union forces at this time in the war. They're utilizing this river to thrust deeper into Confederate territory than they have been the entire war. And this was made possible when Fort Henry, a Confederate fortification near the Kentucky border, fell to Union forces early in February 1862.
Pretty desperate, but here on this area, Colonel Webster, Grant's chief of staff, was organizing a defensive line. He would get 50 cannons lined up here, some of them large cannons. Now, some of these artillerists are inexperienced. Silver Spar's battery, their guns are dragged up. They don't have any horses. They're not even sure how to fire their gun.
All right, so we're leaving our tour of the Shiloh National Military Park, and this is what I learned. I didn't pay enough attention in U.S. history class. I've got a lot of reading to do, but it's mind-blowing.
It's a lot, yeah.
To think about.
I mean, this was a 2-day battle that appears in, what, April 6th and 7th of 1862? But, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's so many monuments and battles and
cannons. Like we had to Google, like, how did they get the cannons? And then we read a lot about how, like, the mules would pull the wagons to get the cannons, but then the mules were afraid of, obviously, the artillery, and how a lot of the struggles that they had were like controlling the animals while they were shooting and fighting, and that they would lay down and roll over like the wagons, and it was just, it's a lot. It's amazing to even begin to fathom, and then how many miles they traveled by foot or horse or boat. It's just a lot.
morning. It's a Monday morning, pretty early, and we are already on the road. It's a little after, it's almost 9 now, but we've been traveling. So we have, where we can, we stay through Sunday night, and sometimes we'll stay, come home Sunday, but a lot of times we'll come home Monday if it's within a reasonable drive home. So we had to get on the road early this morning. Steph's got a appointment at noon, so we got up and hustled a little bit to get home.
Yeah, which we don't love to get up and get out quickly like that. I feel like there's a lot of stuff I didn't do that I normally would have done, but luckily we can pull the camper into the driveway when we get home for a few hours, and I can get it cleaned up and get the dog hair out and all the things. Again, one of the downfalls of being weekenders and of not having your camper permanently at home with you all the time. Every single time when we get home, I have to strip the beds, clean it all up, get it ready for storage for a couple weeks before we take it out again. Which makes, empty the fridge, like the whole 9 yards. Everything has to come out.
Yes.
And then go back in, which is not ideal, but hey, we're grateful to get to do it. But I do feel like we rushed a little bit this morning, so hopefully we didn't forget to do something important.
Yeah, and last night about dark, I kind of did everything outside that I could, except for the slides and the water and electric.
We had a good weekend. Again, just, we like campgrounds that are kind of quiet and clean and have a good cell service signal, and so we had all those things. We could have stayed quite a bit longer at the Pickwick Dam Campground, but had a really, really good weekend. So.